people is a confluence of religions, traditions, and customs. A thriving global center of technology and the world's largest democracy. As one of the oldest civilizations in the world with a rich cultural heritage and diversity, and as the fifth largest economy in the world, India is proud to assume the presidency of G20. As the country blooms into a new era, we look to another poignant symbol for humanity to emerge victorious from its challenges. Lotus, the national flower of India, representing our culture, history, and heritage. A poignant symbol for humanity to emerge victorious from its challenges. And the inspiration for India's G20 logo design. The design, rendered in saffron, white, green, and blue, is drawn from the national flag of India. The 7 petals in the logo signify the 7 seas and the coming together of 7 continents at G20 India 2023. Sitting above the lotus is a representation of the earth, reflecting India's pro-planet approach to life and seeing the world as one family. From this, we derive the theme for G20 India 2023, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. A theme that brings the G20's focus on shared global growth, while being in harmony with nature. G20 India 2023. One earth, one family, one future.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. As far as I can see, as far as time extends, no soul was ever born outside this home. No heart has ever beat outside. For in this great land we share a home, and in this great love a family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
All rise for the national anthem.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक। जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे
Our resident Brahmachari Divakar Chaitanji of Chinmaya Mission will now recite the Shanti Mantra.
Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Om Shanno Mitra Samvarunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Sanna Indro Viryaspatihi Sanno Vishnurukramaha Namah Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmam Avatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyam Devaha Bhadram Pashe Maksha Virya Jatraha Sthirairangai Tushtuvagum Swastanubhihi Vyashemaddevahitam Yadayuho Swasti na Indro Vriddhasravaha Swasti nah Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatiridadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram.
To begin the inaugural ceremony for the C20 National Conference, Kolkata, in the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, let us invoke the blessings of Gurudev Swami Chinmaya Ananda with the auspicious lighting of the lamp. For that, I may request Honorable Governor Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose, our guests of honor, eminent physicist Dr. Partha Ghosh, and Joint Chairman of Imami, Sri R.S. Goenka, Swami Vitrananji, National Coordinator for C20 Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam Working Group, and Brahmachari Divakar Chaitanya ji to please light the lamp.
Shubham karoti kalyanam Arogyam dhana sampada Shatrubuddhi vinashaya Deepajyoti namostute Divya divyare deepatkar Kani kundala motihar Divyala pahun namaskar Tirache tel kapsachi vaat दिवा तेवे देवा पाशी उजेड पडे विष्णू पाशी माझा नमस्कार सर्व देव देवतां पाशी ये ग लक्ष्मी बैस ग बाजे माझं घर तुला साजे घरातली इडापिडा बाहेर जाऊ दे बाहेरची लक्ष्मी घरात येऊ दे घरच्या सर्वांना उदंड आयुष्य सुख समाधान शांती लाभू दे.
We would now request Swami Mitrananji to felicitate our Honorable Governor, Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose. Dr. Partha Ghosh. And Shri R.S. Goenkaji. May we now request Swami Mitrananji to deliver the welcome address.
My salutations to Honorable Governor and to everyone present here. Pranam, good morning. Upanishad is a very ancient text, which is a dialogue between student and teacher. In the Vedic times, when a student seeks a guru and has some questions, they converse. That conversation is called Upanishad. A student approaches a teacher, sits close to the teacher, sits down actually. That indicates the closeness and sitting down. The closeness and sitting down indicates humility and love. So there is one Upanishad called Maha Upanishad. In the Maha Upanishad, you have this beautiful verse which talks about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. If a person thinks, this is mine and that is not mine, this is mine and you are different, such thoughts are considered mean. The wise see the whole universe as one family. So when India got the opportunity to host G20, the Prime Minister and his team decided we should have this mantra, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, as the motto. And there are 14 verticals which comes under civil society, C20, which we are hosting now. In that, one vertical is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which Chinmaya Mission has taken up, given by the Government of India to coordinate across Bharat. So we have been doing seminars, 15 seminars across the country, and this is the 6th one. Why are we hosting these seminars? This is a beautiful opportunity for civilians to get involved with the policy of the government. So the discussions which happens here today, the interaction which happens with you, the eminent speakers and you, whatever is being deliberated, we would be compiling them and give them as recommendations to the central team in Delhi. They in turn will take our recommendations and make a policy draft. This policy draft would be taken up by the Prime Minister and his team when the G20 leaders come. So it's a wonderful opportunity for civilians to get involved in creating a policy draft. So that is the purpose and objective of these conferences. I'm extremely grateful to all the eminent speakers and the esteemed audience who have come here today. This is our objective. We are on a national duty. I welcome everyone present here to participate and let our recommendations come out in making a policy draft on the theme Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam across the 20 countries, so that we find more harmony, more peace, and we learn to live together. Thank you very much.
Our guest of honor, Sri R.S. Goenkaji, co-founder and chairman of Imami Group, is known not only for his achievements in business, but also for his humble nature and kind heart. From humble beginnings and limited resources, Sri Goenkaji, together with his childhood friend cum business partner, Sri R.S. Agarwal, has built Imami Group into a homegrown business conglomerate which enjoys leadership presence in diverse industries like FMCG, oil and food, paper and board, real estate, and retail. He was conferred with the title of Bango Bhibhushan, the highest civilian award of the state, by the Governor of West Bengal in 2022. We request Sri R.S. Goenkaji to please address us.
Honorable Governor of West Bengal, Sri C.V. Ananda Bose, Eminent Sri Partha Ghosh, Swami Mitrananji of Chinmaya Mission, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. I am humbled to amaze such august company, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the C20 2023 session of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It's a great honor and opportunity for Imami Group to be the lead advisory partner of this official engagement group of the G20. We sincerely hope that this endeavor will go a long way to bring every member of civil society together to successfully work towards a better world through effective and collective effort. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sri Goenkaji, for those kind words, inspiring always and being our guiding light. Dr. Partha Ghosh, former professor at the S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences in Kolkata, is a scientist, author, and musician who has been fortunate enough to be a pupil of Dr. Satyen Bose. Known in the physics world for his contribution to theoretical physics, especially quantum physics, he has also written popular books, directed plays, and has been highly awarded for his efforts to popularize science. An authority on Rabindranath Tagore's philosophy, he has edited a book on conversations between Tagore and Einstein. It is our honor to invite him to speak a few words.
Honorable Governor, Swamiji, Goenkaji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to be here this morning and to be able to speak to you. I kind of represent the world of science, and there has been a whole history of a struggle or quarrels between science and religion, science and spirituality. And it's now my conviction that all these controversies arise basically because neither side is fully aware of the other side's position, and also each side is has an exaggerated sense of their own importance. So we need to meet and talk to each other. I think the person who represents science to everybody is Albert Einstein. And let me just quote from what he said. For the scientific method can teach us nothing else beyond how facts are related to and conditioned by each other. Yet it is equally clear that knowledge of what is does not open the door directly to what should be. One can have the clearest and most complete knowledge of what is, and yet not be able to deduct from that what should be the goal of our human aspirations. Objective knowledge provides us with powerful instruments for the achievements of certain ends, but the ultimate goal itself and the longing to reach it must come from another source. Here we face, therefore, the limits of the purely rational conception of our universe. If one asks, whence derives the authority of such fundamental ends, since they cannot be stated and justified merely by reason, one can only answer, they exist in a healthy society as powerful traditions which act upon the conduct and aspirations and judgments of the individuals. They are there, that is, as something living, without its being necessary to find justification for their existence. They come into being not through demonstration, but through revelation, through the medium of powerful personalities. One must not attempt to justify them, but rather to sense their nature simply and clearly. Here is one of the greatest scientists ever born, speaking about the limitations of science, as well as, of course, the limitations of spirituality and ethics. They have to come together to sort out things. I'll just mention one more thing before I end, if I am permitted to, which is Rabindranath Tagore. He was also deeply into science. He has written a book on science, a wonderful book, but he also knew about the limitations of science, and he wrote two magnificent plays, one called Muktadhara and the other called Rakta Karavi. In Muktadhara, the machine is a dam across a mountain stream with which the greedy king tries to subjugate the people downstream. And in Rakta Karavi, the greedy king, lurking behind the screen, reduces mine workers to cogs in a wheel of exploitation symbolized by a gold mine. A revolt is engendered by a young woman called Nandini, the embodiment of love and beauty, who steals into the mine like a breath of fresh air and arouses everybody to revolt. Eventually, even the king surrenders to her charm. But her own love, Ranjan, is killed. After he wrote these plays, the great British classical scholar Gilbert Murray asked Rabindranath whether he hated machines. And this is what Rabindranath wrote. My occasional misgivings about the modern pursuit of science is not against science, for science itself can be neither good nor evil, but its wrong use. It is this spirit of man which has refused to recognize the boundaries of nature as final. I'll end by just pointing out the dangers of the wrong use of science through technology, which every one of us is aware today. In particular, I'm extremely scared of artificial intelligence. It is useful We have to adopt it. It's efficient, but it can lead to tremendous incursions into our privacy. We need to be extremely careful. And I hope these conferences will help to bring this forcefully before the governments so that they do take care of this possibility of wrong use of science, which we see everywhere today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ghosh, for all these insightful words. It is our great privilege to have with us the Honorable Governor, West Bengal, Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose. May we now request His Excellency to please address the audience.
Revered Swami Mitranandaji, distinguished Dr. Partha Ghosh, respected Sri R.S. Goenka, ladies and gentlemen, and my very dear brothers and sisters. At the outset, let me pay my humble tribute to the great soul, exponent of Indian philosophy, the great teacher and mover of society, Swami Chinmaya. I remember with humble thanks that I, as a student, had the opportunity to listen to the enlightening lectures of Swamiji on various occasions, expounding the implications and the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. When I stand here to address you on the great theme of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, what strikes my mind are some of the highlights of India's great culture and heritage, where the first poet, Valmiki, tells us, Ma nishada pradishtam tvamagama shashwati sama yal karunjamithinam avadhihi kamamohidam. Yes, the first poet's words are in defense of the so-called insignificant creatures in the world. In the world, every creature, great and small, has a place in the scheme of things. Nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant, nothing is useless as far as nature is concerned. Even the microorganisms have their role to play. Do you have any doubt that unseen organism which made the whole world come to a standstill, pandemic, do you have any doubt whether even the small creatures that we ignore have a place in the scheme of things? The geographical phenomenon. Yes, Himalaya is nothing but a mountain. But when Kalidasa says it, Astyuttarasyam dishi devadatma. Astyuttarasyam dishi devadatma. Himalayo nama nakadhi raja. Purvavaro toya nidhi gvakahya. Sthita pradijñam iva manadanda. Yes, even the dry geographical phenomenon, the mountain, also has divine qualities about it. It remains like the measuring yard between the two oceans. That is what India is. That is how India sees the whole universe as one. Yes, we have the great doctrine where the importance of the common man, the ordinary man, is given the highest precedence in the scheme of things. We are taught, Bhagajan Hitaya, Bhagajan Sukhaya, Bhagajan Hitaya, Bhagajan Sukhaya. when a few hundred years back, the utilitarians, John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham told us, greatest good is the greatest number. We thought we are hearing a new philosophy. For millennia, this nation had believed, Bahujan Sukhaya, Bahujan Hitaya. Here is a great king, Dilip. When Dilip saw that a lion was attacking a cow under his care, the great king told the lion, please take my flesh if you want. This cow is under my care. I am protecting it. Please spare it. Everything in the universe has got a place in the scheme of things. That is what India is trying to teach the world. India is trying to tell the world is one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And we are told right from childhood, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Happiness, let happiness be for the whole world. Not for me and my family and my children, for the whole world. And how do you achieve this? Satyam Bada Dharmam Chara. Satyam Bada Dharmam Chara. This is a clarion call for the whole world. The world is one today. Any doubt about that? Go across climate and climes, continents, the world is one. It's an extended family, the global village. Coming to the lighter side of it, last decade, when Mr. Vajpayee was the Prime Minister of India, there was an international dinner which he hosted in Hyderabad House, Delhi. Unfortunately, an Indian waiter dropped a plate of meat in front of all these dignitaries from the world. An Indian waiter dropped a plate of meat which had international ramifications. Everybody was embarrassed. Vajpayee stood up with his characteristic sense of humor. He said, this act is very symbolic of the state of the affairs in the world today. What is that? Indian waiter dropping a plate of meat. What is the international ramification? Vajpayee said, fall of China. The plate was made of China clay. Fall of China, spread of Greece. Dismemberment of Turkey, disappointment of Hungary, shame for India. See, anything that happens anywhere has ramifications all over. Yes, that is the beauty of it. Anything that happens anywhere has ramifications all over. In this global world, we know from dependence through independence, we have reached a state of interdependence. It is that interdependence which India has discovered long time back and proclaimed to the whole world, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are one family, the world is one family. That is the only solution to the problems of the world. India has always been waging peace, not waging war. Peace hath her victories, no less renowned than war. That is what India is going to teach the whole world, demonstrate to the whole world. Together, we are going to demonstrate to the whole world through Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Peace has its victories, no less renowned than war. Since war begins in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that defenses against it are to be built. Since war begins in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that defenses against it are to be built. And what is mind? What is mind? Everything happens twice in the world. First, it is born in the mind. Then only it is born in the field. Any idea, any doubt about that? That is why John Milton says, oh, the mind is its own place and in itself can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven. Yes, what is the intricate relation between matter and mind? Indian philosophy tries to explore this, expound this, explicate this. The greatest philosopher India has seen, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. He was a Spalding professor in Oxford, a great distinction which comes only to rare geniuses. He was Spalding professor not once but 2 terms. Once there was a lecture of Dr. Radhakrishnan on the complicated relation between the matter and the mind, which forms the basis of the essence of Indian philosophy. Albert Hall was full of intellectuals, scholars, scientists, teachers, professors. And then Dr. Radhakrishnan stood up tall and to give his lecture. on the intricate relation between matter and the mind. That was the shortest speech which he ever made. He asked the question, what is matter? The world waited with bated breath to listen to the answer. What is matter? Answer, never mind. What is mind? Answer, does not matter. Does not matter. Yes, there is the word in English called complicate. I do not know where there is a word called simplicate. Otherwise, let us form the word. Whatever is complicated, let us try to simplicate. What is matter doesn't mind. What is mind does not matter. Yes, the intricate relations between the matter and the mind. I was delighted to hear Dr. Partha Ghosh speaking about objective knowledge. Yes, sir, there is a difference between objective knowledge and subjective knowledge. India-centric education gives emphasis on the objective and the subjective. What is the difference between objective and the subjective? I recently happened to listen to a profound lecture of Swami Jagadguru Swami Isha of Ishalaya. He has a concept of education for total consciousness. He says education to be total should focus not only on objective knowledge, which is given by the West-centric education. There should also be subjective knowledge. What is objective and subjective? I heard the Swamiji explain in simple terms. You teach a young boy, mother. What is objectively, what is a mother? A female, and all the systems, elementary system, every system can be explained. And then, of course, that is a mother. Female of the species, with all that God has given, everything can be objective manner. But for the child, mother is not an objective concept. For the child, mother is love, mother is protection. Yes, that is subjectively what he understands. Objectively, what he is taught is all the physiological features of the mother. There is a difference between this. The subjective and the objective has to merge together. As Rudyard Kipling said, East is West and West is West, and never the twain shall meet. India is going to demonstrate to the whole world in the G20 presidency. No, the twain shall meet. Opposites will reconcile. When we think of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, all the opposites will reconcile. I remember a no play in which there is a bonfire. Around the bonfire, dancers are dancing, singers are singing. At a crescendo of that, the dancer and the dance becomes one. The singer and the song become one. All of them merge into the fire, and at the sublime height, all opposites reconcile. Yes, that is a process which India has been doing. Reconciliation of the opposites at the sublime height of ecstasy, where opposites blend together. There is no east, there is no west, there is no north, there is no south. Through G20 presidency, India is going to teach the world, to make the world realize, I belong not to the east, or the west, or the north, or the south. I belong to the whole of universe, and the whole of universe belongs to me. That is a doctrine which India has always been propounding. That is a doctrine which India is going to place before the new world. And I will be failing in my duty if I do not remember who is behind this cultural revival of India. There is one man. There is one man behind this. You might have heard his name. Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi. Yes. What has he done to India? He's the Prime Minister of India. There are so many Prime Ministers in every country. Every Prime Minister does something for the nation, his nation. What has Modi done to India? Modi has modified India. Modified India. That means a lot. What is that modification means? This is what Rabindranath Tagore's fan, great fan, the Nobel laureate, W. Bose has said in Easter 1916, all changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born. That is what Modi has done. In India, all changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born. That is a transformation. Now it is transformational India. Change is different, transformation is greater than that. India is undergoing a transformation. A nation remains a notion unless its people are motivated to make it great and strong. That is why when imperialism was at zenith and Britain was at the summit of prosperity, the poet sang, not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. That is a process of transformation where men are proving they can make a country great and strong. I do not want to take more of your time. I am reminded of something which happened in an ordinary farmhouse in a village, which has implications for the theme which we are discussing in G20. There was a rat. There was a cock. There was a cow. Once the rat hears the master of the house telling the lady of the house, we should buy a rat trap. The rat sensed danger. The rat went and told the cow, see, the lady of the house was telling the master, they are going to bring in a rat trap. Be careful, it's very, very dangerous. The cow said, how is it dangerous for me? Rat trap is your business. You look after yourself. None of my business. Okay. It went to the cock and told the cock, a rat trap is coming. The cock said arrogantly, none of my business. I am not scared of your rat trap. You better mind your business. Poor dejected rat went back alone. At night, a lady hears the rat has got into the trap. Delighted, she goes to take out the rat and throw it away. Unfortunately, it is a cobra which got inside the trap. The cobra bit the lady. You know, she was poisoned. To take her to the hospital, to meet the expenses, cost of the treatment, the cow had to be sold to the butcher. Then, she did not survive. For those guests who came for the obsequies, food had to be prepared. Therefore, the cock was killed. The only being which survived in the family was the rat. So the world is one. The world is one. Remember, every creature has got its place. That is what India is going to teach the world. Yes, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are one family. We are certainly one family. And what does Modi ji trying to tell the whole world through all of us? If birds can fly, so can we. The Wright brothers, Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, they went out with the idea of a flying machine. Everybody dissuaded them. They said, leave flying to the birds. The Wright brothers said, if birds can fly, so can we. Therefore, we have the aeroplane today. Ford was toying with the idea of a motor car. Even Edison told him this is unworkable. Don't waste your time on a futile exercise. Join me. Let us work together and make a few innovations and discoveries. But he also stuck to his gun. Therefore, we have the motor car today. That's why Napoleon said, impossible is a word found only in the dictionary of fools. That is what India is going to tell the world. Through example, not precepts. We are all joining together to demonstrate to the whole world, Jhanda unja rahe hamara. Yes, Mera Bharat Mahan. Mera Bharat Mahan. India is ready. I see before me, after this G20 presidency, the world realizing India rising from its sleep like a giant and shaking its invincible locks. I should keep my promise that I will not take more of your time. I will tell you a discomfiture in my life, which happened in the context of Swami Chinmaya. Chinmaya was to visit a place called Kollam, where I happened to be district collector. In my earlier avatar, I was a civil servant. Chinmaya came for an interfaith international conference. And when he speaks about Bhagavad Gita, thousands and thousands of people will pour in to listen to his lectures. Realizing that Swamiji is coming as district collector, I also went there to pay my respects to him. I heard an announcement on the mic. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. Swami Chinmaya's flight has been delayed by 1 hour. Next announcement. In the meantime, our collector, Mr. Ananda Bose, will speak. My God. Announcement having been made, I had to go on the platform. I asked the organization, what is the topic which Swamiji is supposed to speak on? They told me, dialectical materialism and the essence of Indian philosophy. Have you understood anything? I didn't understand anything. So I spoke about dialectical materialism and the essence of Indian philosophy. 15 minutes somehow I managed. Then I got a chit. I was greatly relieved because normally when you speak and get a chit, it means please wind up. You know what was written there? Swamiji's flight has been delayed by 1 more hour. Please speak on. So for 2 hours, I had to speak on dialectical materialism and the essence of Indian philosophy. That is scene number 1. Scene number 2. See, I got the United Nations Global Best Practice Award for Environment-Friendly, Cost-Effective Housing, which was something which I started when I was district collector. After receiving the award and addressing the UN special session on habitat, I was resting in my room in a Manhattan hotel. At midnight, I get a call from India. At that time, there was this mobile was not there. It was a long distance call. One respectable old lady from the town was on the other end, and she said, Dr. Bose, I need your help. I said, tell me, ma'am, how can I help you? Doctor, I am not able to sleep for the last 3 days. I thought probably she mistook my doctorate to be that of a medical doctor. I said, ma'am, I'm not a medical doctor. I know everything about you. I was professor of English in Fatima College when you were district collector here. Okay, ma'am. I'm not able to sleep. I need your help. Then he asked, do you have hypertension? Yes, I have hypertension. Are you in the habit of taking sleeping pills? Yes, I'm in the habit of taking sleeping pills. You might have forgotten to take these sleeping pills. That's why you're not getting sleep. No, I have taken phenobarbital and it's all there. What can I do, ma'am? You alone can help me, doctor. Please tell me, how can I help you? You remember, when you were district collector, you gave a speech on dialectical materialism and the essence of Indian philosophy. Please repeat that speech once again. I want to sleep. Thank you very much. Before you say that, wish you the very best.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. That was a very, no words. There are so many things that we could take from His Excellency's speech, and I'm sure what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a transcript of his speech, and we're going to be keeping it in the mission for a very, very long time. Thank you very much, sir. Our Brahmachariji will do the final prayer.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo. Pyo.
โอม Sri Gurubhyo น Namaha ฮาริ Om สรีกุรุพโยนะมะฮา 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 ฮาริ
All rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण